Yeah, Red Bull is obviously, I'd say, one of the best academies out there. They demand the results, so it's pretty hard to stay in, but as long as you deliver the results, they're happy.
Oh, shit. No worries. I think your insurance is good. Hey guys, another interview. This time with Enzo Deligny. He's racing in Freca this season with Race GP, and I would say let's go straight into it. Thank you very much for your time, and maybe you can summarize your weekend first.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, we just finished Saturday here in Spa. Quali was really tricky for the team. We messed up a bit on the setup, I think. So the team struggled a bit. But in the race, we made up 5 positions, starting 15 and finished top 10 in the points. So, yeah, the race was pretty solid. We had good pace. Just for tomorrow, we need to, yeah, hopefully it's going to be dry quali, unlike today, and we'll qualify better. And in the race, we seem to have a good pace.
Nice. So target for tomorrow are even more points.
Yeah.
Nice, very good. And do you have any overall goals for this season?
Overall goals, I don't really set myself like a result target, but more just to number one, maximize the performance of my car. Number two, minimize my mistakes as a driver. Try and have clean season, not too many crashes and mistakes. And third, just leave every weekend without regrets, like doing the best that I can.
Very nice, sounds good. And maybe you can tell us about how you became a racing driver.
Yeah, so my dad raced pretty small series, never got really big, but when I was 6, he put me in a go-kart, and he was also really passionate about this, so we started back in China because I lived and I was born in Shanghai, and so we started there at the karting track at the same place as the F1 track, and yeah, little by little we kept on improving, moved up the ranks, and yeah, today already in Freca, which has already come a long way already.
Nice. And as you said, you were living in China first, then I think you moved to LA and
Yep.
then to Europe. So how does it how did it work for you to start racing there, to go into LA, and how did you make the decision to go into the European Championships?
Yeah, so I moved to Los Angeles when I was 6. Just that wasn't for racing; it was just better than China, as for my whole family. So we moved there, and then we stayed. It was really nice there. I really loved that city so much. And during 2020, the pandemic, it got pretty bad there in Los Angeles. The situation. So we decided to go to Europe, to Italy, as it was good for racing. Obviously, it was a step up, and it was also better in terms of quality of life and the pandemic situation, as my school was online, so I could still do it. But yeah, that's where we moved. So I stayed 6 years in China, 6 years in 6 years in Los Angeles, and then in 2020 we moved to Italy.
Okay, nice. So, and it's your second season as a Red Bull Junior now, and you came straight out of karting and became a Red Bull Junior. Um, how did it happen that they approached you, or did you approach them?
Yeah, so in 2022 was only my second year in Europe, but we did a really nice season. In the middle of the year, in the summer, I had really strong performances, like winning 9 out of 11 races, heats at some point. So we were really on a, nice position, nice form with Paralin, my coach Travi, and that's when we got noticed by Red Bull. I had some contacts with them already, or my manager had, and we started talking, and immediately they were interested, and yeah, we just went on with the deal, and it was pretty quick already. By September it was pretty done.
Nice, very good. And how important is it for you to be a Red Bull Junior, and how helpful are they in supporting you, not only financially but also like improving your racing?
Yeah, Red Bull is obviously, I'd say, one of the best academies out there. It's very hard, I'd say, to stay in because they demand the results, so it's pretty hard to stay in. But as long as you deliver the results, they're happy, and they see the potential in you. They help a lot financially, but also when I go to Milton Keynes at the factory, they have a very good simulator there. They have very good track models, so we can train there, and they give also mental coaching as well, and little details about here and there, whatever. So yeah, it's quite helpful.
How often have you been there already to Milton Keynes?
Quite a couple times, like around 5 6. But yeah, now we go quite often. I'd say maybe once every 2 or 3 months.
Okay. And have you had any contact already with Max and Checo or the other Red Bull juniors? Because
Yeah.
you're the only one here in this paddock, right?
Yeah, and the Red Bull Juniors, they haven't done Freca so much. The last one, Red Bull Junior, was in 2021, so or 2022, I don't remember. But yeah, with Max and Checo, I've only talked with them once, I think, when I was at Monza. But I've talked with a lot of other Red Bull Juniors, like Pepe Marti. I'm really friends with him, and yeah, some other ones too. But yeah.
Yeah, nice. When you stepped into the FIDE series in F4, you did the Spain F4. Why didn't you go to the F4 Italy? Because for guys who are sponsored or Red Bull juniors or whatever juniors, they usually go to Italian F4 because it's supposed to be the best one, I would say.
Yeah, so we made that decision. It was a lot of things that made that decision, kind of that we went to Spanish. We really already had talks with Campos in the middle of my last karting year,
Okay.
and we started building relationship really early. And also that Campos is really solid team in F4, but also F3, F2. So yeah, we decided pretty early on that we started building the relationship with Campos. So we we decided to do Spanish F4. Also, that it's still, I'd say, a lot of people can see F4 Italian as the best championship, but the level last year was quite high, I'd say, in Spanish F4.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. And I mean, as a Red Bull Junior, do you feel like you get more support on the racetrack? Because I was also at the Hockenheim Ring, and next to me there was a Red Bull family. All had Red Bulls
Yeah.
on, and they were only recording lap after lap your car. So do you feel this kind of more support than your the other teammates here?
Yeah, it's definitely nice to see, when people support me and they have the Red Bull jackets on. It's nice to see for me. It's, yeah, for sure, nice support from them. But yeah, overall, it's quite nice.
Very nice, cool. And what is your racing highlight till now? Do you have any?
My racing highlight. I haven't had, I'd say, it's a standout performance just yet. Um, I'd say overall in my career, it's probably in karting in my first year in senior. When I was just 13, I won my first race in senior. It was my third race, and that was quite an achievement. It was like a breakthrough moment for me. I started ninth in that race, and I won. So probably that was a really nice moment. But I'm still waiting to have a really good race, I'd say, in formulas.
Yeah, you still got some years to do that. And
Yeah.
actually, when you stepped up to senior in karting, when are you stepping up to karting? So is it divided by ages, or by the age of 13 you have to be in the senior, or how does it work?
There's a minimum,
Uh-huh.
but a lot of people go like if they're ready enough skill, I'd say. So I arrived in
Okay.
Europe. I did junior 1 year, and already in my first year arriving to Europe, we had to adapt and everything. Everything was different, and I already won a race that year. And we felt I was ready to move to senior, and I was one of the youngest in the senior category, but we still won 2 races that year and did a lot of podiums. So it was a good year. And then I feel I moved up quite early also, senior F4 Freca, like compared to the drivers of my year, they're all in F4 right now, and I'm the only one like 2008 in Freca, so
Yeah.
I'm probably one step like ahead, like I'm really young in this category, but yeah, I'd say it's quite nice to be racing some guys that are older, that have more experience.
Yeah, I mean you're 16, so you have a long way to go from now on.
Yeah.
And I already talked with you beforehand about Brad, and Brad said that you're I quoted now, you're smart, and it feels like you've got a lot of experience, although you haven't because of your age. You know how to analyze things correctly and connect it to racing. So, is that maybe your biggest strength? because we were talking about, I asked him, who is the best guy you've raced against? And then he said, on track and then off track in racing, he said, probably you, because your understanding for racing is quite good.
Yeah. I mean, Brad's the goat, Don Polo. So, yeah, he's a good friend. Person, I think he's also, a really good driver. I thank him for that. Yeah, we play a lot on the simulator together. Yeah, so we were saying it's nice to be, one year ahead, I say, of the people of my age, because I can learn from the people that are older, like my teammates that have some more experience than me. So it's nice to be able to have a higher benchmark and chase them and be able to learn from them faster than if you were at the same kind of age as the others.
Yeah. So I think it's also a nice and a valuable trait to have, that you're willing to learn from others in your team. So I think there are many drivers who wouldn't be that open minded, I would say. So that's quite good. And I already said you're 16. Do you go to school, or have you left school? How is it off track?
No, I still go to school in Italy, in Milan. I live in Milan, and I still go to normal school. Yeah, international school. So it's quite hard because I miss a lot of days, but you know, try to do my best really at school. It's
Yeah.
fine.
And how is it with having friends at home at Milan? Is it? I mean, I can only imagine how hard it is to like meet them and no, next race weekend. Next weekend
Yeah.
I have a race. So how is that?
Yeah, like I said, like you're not home a lot, so I guess you miss out a bit on being like just a normal kid. But I still have some good friends at home, at school. My whole class is really pretty cool. Some kids are a bit weird, like Gabri, but still, yeah, I like them.
Very good. Okay. No more questions left. I would say very nice interview, very insightful. So thank you very much, Enzo. And yeah, good luck for the rest of the weekend and also for the rest of the season.
Yeah, thank you so much. Bye.
Bye, guys.